even when there's good news for health insurance prices, workers still can't catch a break. Now, a slowdown in the growth of premium prices for employer-based health insurance in most of the United States in recent years has yet to translate into relief by the people covered by these plans, according to a new report. Let's learn a little bit more about this from Ed Hodgson, who is the health benefits expert for 1320 WILS and Fox News Radio. Ed, how are you?
I'm great, Tony. Thanks for having me on.
I appreciate you being here. Tell us about this new report.
The report is in direct contrast to what I think most American workers are seeing, or individuals that have healthcare costs. And so health insurance has always been a difficult subject because we pay so much for it, and yet we feel like we get so little return. And so with the Affordable Care Act, the expectation, I think, for most people was that they were going to see a decrease in what they're paying for their health insurance, and the opposite is true. Not only for most people are they paying more for their coverage, but they also have a lot higher out-of-pocket costs for their plans that are being offered to them.
Now, that wasn't supposed to happen. What happened?
It wasn't, right? So what a great title for a law, the Affordable Care Act, and it should have been titled the Not Affordable Care Act.
Now, I'm one of those people, Ed, who we lost our regular insurance, and what we're paying now is more. We lost our doctors. We lost a lot of our coverage, and it was very, very disappointing. I know there's millions of other people who are affected also.
Yeah, Tony, I mean, we've been, immersed in this law since March 23rd of 2010, which I'll never forget, because the expectation has been that it was going to provide relief. And, for some very small segment of the population that had catastrophic health conditions and they could not get health care coverage because they were being declined, those people have access to programs now, albeit probably not affordable. But for most people, particularly this year, because the real impact of the Affordable Care Act is coming to fruition as of January 1, it's sticker shock. So the plans that they used to have are no longer available, and the plans that are being offered, again, have much higher deductibles, much higher copays. The prescription drug component is completely different, and yet they are having to also pay so much more for that coverage.
So what's been the impact of this?
Confusion has been, and with election coming up in 2016, it's definitely going to be a center component of the Republican platform because, there is not a silver bullet in this subject. At the end of the day, really, we're responsible for our own wellness and our ability to take care of ourselves, which then can translate into lower out-of-pocket costs on an individual standpoint. But, we have to deal with the cards that we've been dealt. And, again, it's always been a difficult subject because it costs so much. And so, we'll have to just do the best that we can as we move forward with the Affordable Care Act.
The Commonwealth Fund state-by-state analysis also shows that every state over the course of the decade, the cost of employer-provided health care still grew faster than incomes. That, in turn, has led to workers footing a bigger share of the cost for their health insurance. In fact, employee contributions to their insurance costs have risen by as much as 175% since 2003. What a nightmare this is. Ed, we appreciate your time so much, sir. Thank you.
Thanks for having me on.